Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Let's see which zodiac sign needs the next reading. Sagittarius, welcome back. Sagittarius, people in placements, welcome, welcome. Okay, the number 22 could be relevant. 4, Taurus, Cancer energy. We have Jupiter in Cancer now. That is your ruling planet, right? So whatever that is doing could be impactful for sure. Bigger focus on the emotional realm or home life. What makes us feel secure, safe, grounding down things into reality. Let's see, Cancer is the womb of creation, right? Did I say Cancer? Whoops. Let's try that again. Yeah, I could be taking some distance from something that was unsuccessful. Sagittarius energies, messages, please. There could have been like a commitment that you could be exiting. Maybe something about this was quite toxic or was repeating negative like emotional patterns from childhood or something like that. You're healing. In the present moment and in the future, you will be coming into more healing. You could be almost retrieving like soul fragments that were lost in the past. Sorry, I knocked a bunch on the ground. All right. Just wearing short shorts. It's kind of hot today. There's something about chamomile here, or maybe forest, nature, a level of innocence, a level of clarity, a level of reflecting. Okay, Sagittarius messages. You could have been like in a period in the past where you were in a relationship maybe that wasn't honoring you or wasn't giving you time for self-care, and you could have lost your way a little bit. Sagittarius messages. Yeah, this could have been like a karmic relationship, very superficial connection, maybe it was just more about the social life, the connections, the networking. There are relationships like that, and they're not bad, but if you were looking for something more, authentic, maybe that wasn't it. Sagittarius messages. Yeah, there's something about like healing, this inner child healing that allows you to like move towards like a new beginning in finances or security or long-term stability or long-term growth. Knowing your long-term plans, right, can be really helpful. There could be beginnings here of some sort. I think you'll have to be open to communication in the future. There's definitely a renewal here. But you could be reflecting a lot right now still on the past, which could be helpful as well. And it allows you to operate differently in your connections going forward, maybe with more awareness, and make better decisions regarding how you're compassionate to others or yourself, or who takes more priority. Sagittarius messages. There's some kind of freedom. There's some kind of truth that might have been like exposed or revealed or disclosed or something like that as well. Yeah, I feel like the feminine, if you're a feminine, you could be getting some kind of freedom. Sagittarius messages. Yeah, there was something here about like projections, or maybe you had like a doppelganger or some kind of like, I don't know, mirror energy here. Yeah, there's definitely some level of disharmony, a lack of balance, maybe even. Alrighty. I feel like something could have, there's toxicity on the bottom here. Something could have been constricting, right? It could have been constricting your self-love, your self-value, all that stuff. So yeah, let's move on. I don't want to like continue to focus on this. So Sagittarius messages. I think in general though, you're going through a renewal right now. You're going through this healing. You're going through this freedom. I remember. So you could be reconnecting with your soul plan, the fated life versus the destined life. We have water your garden on the top of the deck. So wow, it opened right to it. There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living now. When you plotted these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. Interesting. So maybe you've taken control over your decisions as well. We saw a decision here. the card for that. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destined one is the soul chooses and takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destined life or the fated life. To trust the path your soul is calling you towards. Remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you would choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, or a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. So maybe you're seeing like a higher perspective, which allows you to see things more clearly, the long-term aims, right? When you're confronted with the path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is certain that you're facing your soul's greater plan. For every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way through is through. So maybe you just do the thing that you're like, if you're doing like something where you're about to repeat something you've done before, maybe don't do that. It's all a part of a larger plan. Very interesting. So I think there's a level of protection here as well. Rest. Interesting. Water your garden is here. So maybe we'll read that. I usually take the top as the future position. Advice to lead one towards the future. So Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being, cyclic. You can't be on and in full bloom month after month. I mean, Cancer season is when the sun begins to ground its energy down. Days get a little shorter. We take more time to rest. We focus on self-care, self-nurturance, the womb, protection, right? Day after day, you're being strongly called to put on the brakes and rest and refuel. So take a moment to restock and replenish and slow right on down. So maybe you need to get things straight in your life, or spend time on crafts or cleaning or whatever, organizing. Your body is your only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being. So this could be about your self-love, self-value, savings, good food, things like that, and health and body first. I know it can feel like time is running out, and if there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing, soon fatigue will set in, and you won't be able to do anything at that point. This way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they reach exhaustion, and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. The immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes, to rest, restore, and rejuvenate? When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend, day, or afternoon off? Look at your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover. When you find yourself running on reserves, there's enough time. Life will bend towards you when you do. Alrighty, this could be a portal regarding like some money, a new money opportunity of some sort or something as well. Very interesting. I don't want to make these readings too long today, so we're going to jump into some juicy messages. Sagittarius. Acts. Okay, ongoing process of cutting what no longer serves you. So it could be like closing off communication channels, energy saps, cords, things like that. Sagittarius messages. And we kind of have to sometimes, fix things, do things. We have just do it is here popping out. So Sagittarius, maybe there's an idea or a plan of action that you should be taking action on. Sagittarius energies. Stay calm is showing itself. We have be with people that uplift your soul. So you could be reflecting on connections that you are going to attract that going forward. You're surrounded by false friends, right? These people could have wanted you for things. They could have been gossiping, rumoring, age 50s. So these could be people that are older. Nourish and feed your soul with things that bring happiness, makes your intuition strong. So continue to work on yourself, your happiness, and your connection with your divinity and God, and happiness and joy. Stay secretive, stay humble/hidden, and check your ego. So maybe like you need to separate yourself, have that peace and privacy. You lost respect for them, ship abandoned. So maybe there was something that you peaked a little bit, and your goal should be to be prepared. Was just out here as well. Who you were hanging around was making you look dusty/crusty. So they could have been like projecting bad energy on you, creates illusions to hide the truth. So this could have been happening around you. I hope you enjoyed this short little reading. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal using the Buy Me a Coffee link or leave a tip through there. Good luck. Take care.